Hey everyone, so I wanted to make a second video for this tool just because it is something that I want you guys to see in action. Once you have plugged in all your APIs and credentials, I wanted to show you how it should be working. So I'm going to run a very short demo here of a couple of the functions just so you get an idea of how it works, okay? So what we're going to do here is for this first one, I'm going to go ahead and type it out, and I'm also going to show you guys how it works if you just speak to it. To give you an idea of what you're looking at, this is the Telegram app on the computer. Of course, you can just do this from your phone. The Telegram app for the phone is great. So right here, we've got our personal assistant. As you can see, I've had it run some tasks for me before. So we're going to go ahead and just, I pre-wrote this to save you guys the trouble of watching me type. So I'm going to go ahead and read it here. So this is just a request to the personal assistant saying, hey, can you send an email invite to my friend Albus Grumbledore at valarisdemo@gmail.com, reminding him that the new students are going to be arriving this evening and we need to make sure that all the preparations are ready. It should be a friendly email, not too demanding, but make sure to imply that it is urgent. So we're going to go ahead and just send this here, okay? And so what's going to be happening in the background right now is in the automation that we showed you guys how to build, all of those nodes are currently firing off, and the master delegation agent is currently figuring out, okay, which sub agent do I send this to? Now, ultimately, it's going to figure out that it needs to send it to the Gmail agent, right? And that Gmail agent should be currently writing that email for us. Now, the cool thing is that, as you can see here, we didn't write an exact email. We didn't write like line by line what we wanted it to say. So we're going to let AI write the email for us and send it for us. A step here that you might want to do if you always want to, and I would actually highly recommend this, instead of telling the bot to send the email, you might want it to just make a draft, and then you can review that draft before you send it if it's something super important. But for casual things and, just quick replies, I mean, just have it send it for you. As you can see here, the message is already returned to us. Great, I've sent the email to Albus at valarisdemo@gmail.com. Let me know if you'd like me to modify the message or send a follow-up. So let's go check. Let's go see how it did. So here we are. This is the email that I told it to send to. We're going to go ahead and open up this email here. So it's going to say, you can read it here, it's kind of long, but hey, Albus, hope you're doing well. Just a friendly reminder that all the new students are arriving this evening and we need to make sure all the preparations are ready. Can you please double check the room assignments, welcome materials, and any necessary tech/setup? It would be great if you could let me know once everything looks set. It's a bit urgent, so a quick confirmation would really be appreciated. So thanks so much for your help. Now, I didn't tell it who to send it from, so obviously it just says best here. Good practice is to either pre-program that in your automation, telling it, always send the sign off as best, comma, Emmanuel. In this case, that's my name. You can always add that in your n8n automation. But if, for example, you are sending an email from a company account or something, then you may not want to do that, right? Then you may just want to make sure that when you're giving this command to your AI agent, that you are telling it who you want to send it from, and it will do it. So, it was no mistake of the AI there. I didn't tell it who to address it from, so it simply followed my instructions. So you can see how quick it was. It sent an email without me having to do anything other than just basically tell it a basic idea of what I wanted to send to that person, and it sent perfectly fine. So yeah, I mean, this is a really cool way to use it. So we're going to go back in here and I'm going to show you guys another example. All right, so the next demo I'm going to do here, I'm going to show you guys how this works with making events through your AI assistant. So I'm going to show you guys this first so you can see that I'm not, making the event in the background or anything. We're going to ask the bot to make a meeting for the 25th of September. So obviously there's nothing here right now. There's a few other ones here that I've, showed some demos with in the past. So you can see the calendar events. Some of these are duplicated. They were made in testing, but so as you can see, there is no event on the 25th. So let's go back to the personal assistant. And for this one, all right, so let's give this one a shot. And let's just get a little bit fancy here. So instead of typing it out or anything like that. We're going to go ahead and just use the voice feature here so it feels like you're naturally talking to an assistant. So let's see if we can have it schedule a meeting for us. Hey, I need you to help me schedule a meeting. I need to meet my friend Albus Grumbledore, and we need to meet for dinner at the dining hall. I'm thinking September 25th around 7 p.m., and it'd be great if you can also invite him so he can confirm. His email is VELLARISDEMO@gmail.com. All right, so we went ahead and sent that over. Let's see if it processes. All right, great. So what's happening right now in the background is your n8n agent is actually running this through the transcription feature, which is super nice because by the time that it gets to the master delegation agent, it will be all in text, so it should not make any mistakes. Now, you did notice how I was very careful to enunciate every single letter there. That is really important when using voice because, again, AI is great, but it's not perfect. And especially if you have any kind of noise in the background or your mic isn't great, you definitely want to take that extra step when using the voice feature. Another alternative that I can't show you here, but you can do on the phone app is you can use voice to text. So you can still give the entire command in your voice, but what's nice is that it will actually transcribe it for you here in the text box before you send it. So if there was a mistake made, you can actually see it and correct the error, the spelling error, before you send it out. So that's just a small extra step that you can take that doesn't take very much longer. Just use the voice to text instead of full voice if you ever have something where the spelling might be difficult or you're, sending out something like that. So let's see what's happening now. Hopefully this is generating a calendar event here in our own calendar, and then we'll go ahead and check Grumbledores and see if it showed up on his. And here you go. So it worked. On the 25th, we didn't have anything before. Now we do. Go ahead and open this up. Look at that. So we've got the dinner schedule that even AI generated a picture for you. I think we just got an alert. Yep, as you can see here, super detailed. So all set, I created the calendar event and sent the email to Albus, and here's a summary of it. So you have the entire summary of the event that you just scheduled, along with the event link. This is really useful if you are scheduling like an online event. And then, even an email to him because again, our agent not only is connected with our calendar, it's connected with our Gmail. So like this took both steps into one. It sent him an email and the calendar invite at the same time. Now the bot is very honest here and it told us there was a limitation. So the calendar tool created the event and invited him, but it couldn't set the location description or the 30-minute reminder. Now, that is a limitation of the tool right now. Not a huge deal because once the event is already generated, you can do all those things in your own Google dashboard. The important thing is getting the invite out and confirmed, right? And all those features worked to perfection. So you can see here it was sent just to, show you guys, double check. Here you go. He received an email from us. And then let's go check his calendar. Yep, he got an email invite right here, and he can now add it to his calendar and confirm. So super, super useful. Again, 2 steps in one. We did all of that with, 29 seconds of speaking to our assistant. So I hope that this video has given you an idea of how powerful this personal assistant agent is. I hope you get some great use out of it and get creative, right? The initial workflow that we provided for you is just the foundation. If you have other types of tasks that you want to automate, you can always try to build those yourself or send us an email or a message at Valaris, and we will be happy to implement custom solutions for your company or just for your daily workflow. We're here to help. So with that, I leave you guys to play with your new assistant and best of luck.